ladies and gentlemen, today we have Jesse Kerns here, and I've gotten to know Jesse over the last couple of years, but actually, Jesse has a long history at Pleasant Valley, which I didn't know when he and I were first introduced to each other. So, first thing out of the gate, though, Jesse, tell us about your the microphone, because this is a part of
Oh,
like
yes.
what you do, like ongoing, right?
Yeah. This Brian joked when I got on that this was my audition to be in the next Madonna tour. So he just said I had to keep it legal. He didn't say I
I
had to keep
know.
it.
That's all right. It's now all the cards are on the table.
Yeah.
Yes, I did tell Jesse he might be auditioning for Madonna with that. So
Hey, that's a good bit. I like that. Yeah, so I am a solution analyst with Cerner. So basically what that boils down to is I work kind of for a call center for a very specific program that they use. So I just basically take calls and kind of help with that program and billing and all that kind of stuff. So this is what I use, and we're working from home now, and I just the times I've tried to unplug it and look like I was not auditioning for Madonna's tour, it ends up screwing everything up. So I was like, we're just like, we'll just leave it this way.
but here's what's great about this. So and people that are listening to this, they will realize that your microphone is actually it's the best sounding quality that we've had up to date. So not to like compare to other interviews, but this is high quality. So
Well, I haven't gotten a chance to look at the other ones yet. There's been like two or three times where I've started to and then gotten distracted. So lots going on
well,
right now,
you'll
but
you'll need to trust me that your microphone is
okay.
like
I'll
it's
just
good.
go look at those after this just to feel better about myself.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about what who Jesse Kerns, what your world is like, and how you ended up at Pleasant Valley. Just
Sure.
unpack some of that journey for us.
So kind of like you said, I have kind of a long, kind of interwoven history with Pleasant Valley. I've only kind of gone regularly or continue where it was like my main church for the last 2 years. I had friends that went, so I did VBS at PV uh, when I was really young. I did home groups from like 2004, 2005-ish till I graduated in 2007. In my early 20s, I'd go there Saturday nights in the church that I kind of grew up in on Sunday mornings. Um, and then I actually moved back from school. I was going to school in Joplin, and I had been going to a church before I went down there that was kind of far out there, and I wanted to go somewhere close, but I was also looking for some internship hours, and so I was emailing all around, and you're the only person who even responded to me. So I'm like, hey, that works out because I was thinking about checking them out for services anyhow. So that's kind of how I ended up attending this most recent time, as it kind of being my exclusive church or whatever. And I just really got involved with the creative arts and just kind of got hooked. Somebody saw me, this was, I don't know, a few months ago now. I was working a camera after I'd been singing the week before, and she goes, well, you're singing last week and now they got you running cameras. And I said, I was like, I just go wherever they let me weasel in. So
Well, you do more than just sing. I know a lot of people see you up front when you sing, and
yeah.
you should also unpack here in just a little bit that you've got some training on that front as well.
Yeah.
But when people see you sing, they also don't realize that many weeks you are also running the graphics,
Hmm.
doing the lyric operation in the back and the sermon notes and all that stuff too. So you are serving both on and off stage.
Yeah. I'm all over the place. Like I said, I'll weasel in wherever you guys let me
No,
weasel
you
in.
have not. No, you have not weaseled in. We. I.
You guys have embraced me with open arms.
There you go. That's it. We know where people are skilled. We just put them hopefully where they serve well. And actually, we have lots of lyric operators who aren't singers, but sometimes singers end up being very good lyric operators just because they're following along really well with the words. So,
Right. Kind of
t-
that music background.
So tell me, I know a little bit about this, but most people don't know some of your actual training and background. Tell us some of what your education is.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm kind of classically trained, I guess you would say, just as far as, I did voice lessons basically since eighth grade with a few, breaks here and there. I did music all through high school. And then my degree is in music industry. I got that from Missouri Southern in Joplin. And before that, I'd done some schooling other places. Like I did a semester at Ozark Christian College, and my degree there was music ministry. That didn't work out, but yeah, so I've had pretty extensive training as far as that goes. So I'm definitely not a newbie. I have been training for a while, and after about 10 years or so, I started to get good.
Well,
So that was
so
just a few years ago too.
well, my point is my point is to me, and I'll just say this. Hopefully, you're okay with me saying this. And everyone's now that I'm recording this, now I'm like regretting that I might be saying this.
Sweating.
Well, no, you're unassuming is what I want to say, which is a great quality to have because I mean we do look for people that are humble in what they do and they're not a diva or devo, and so heart attitude is really important to us. And since the get-go, you've been unassuming when it comes to your ability to sing and even just willing to do whatever we let you weasel yourself into. So
Yeah.
so we love that about you, that you're unassuming, but you actually come trained. You know what you're
Yeah.
doing.
So, mostly, yeah. Depends on the
In other,
day.
really, we should be switching. You should be interviewing me, and you should be doing my. That's what we should be doing.
Hey, that would be. Uh,
Because
I told you, I was like, I'm like the male version of Oprah. We should do that sometime.
yeah, well, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should. I have not. We're just now having a brainstorming. Now everyone's like listening in.
They're like, please. They're tuning out now.
You're like, how much longer? Uh, so it would be interesting if we had some other people, not me, interview some other people in our creative arts area rather than me do it. That actually is a brilliant idea. Thank you
Did
for
I just
offering
talk
to
you out?
do that.
Did I just talk you out of your job here?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's
Boy,
move
I
on.
just took us a whole different track, huh?
No, it's all good. We should probably keep going though, so people don't tune out. So here comes question number two. Okay,
Okay.
question number two is this: Jesse, could you share with us something that most people don't know about you? Something that maybe it's a story or an experience that you've had, or um, but I just tell everyone keep it legal. So I know that narrows it way down for you. You only have probably two things to share.
Yeah. Boy, I
I'm
just
so,
don't even know.
no, stop it.
Now
Okay,
you,
yeah.
everybody catch me off of this Zoom meeting, and I can tell you the real grit.
No,
Um,
stop it.
I don't know. I think there's probably a lot people don't know. It's kind of hard on Sunday mornings, especially when I am, working or whatever. um, I'm not super great with drive-by conversations. That's probably why this is already longer than what a lot of them are. But um, I can't think of anything uh, super crazy. And some people might know this, maybe not a lot. I'm getting married in um, November, yeah, and so that's kind of, I think some people maybe from Facebook or whatever, maybe have seen different things, but actually, my fiance, I've known her since I was 17 and she was 14. We met at the church that I grew up at we'd met, but we kind of became friends on a canoe trip. And of course, it wasn't necessary. It wasn't love at first sight or anything because I was
Right, it
17 and she
wasn't.
was 14.
Yeah. So what you're saying wasn't like canoe love boat. It wasn't
Right.
anything
No, no,
like
no,
that.
no.
This was a
The love canoe.
progression. The love. It's it's a brand
The
new.
canoe.
Oh my goodness.
I'm really, it's going off the rails. That's all
I
right.
love it. I know. I love
That's
it.
that's
I
just kind of
actually,
my deal.
I wanted you to keep singing just to see what the next couple of words were.
I don't even know the rest of the words to the actual Love Boat theme. So,
I know. I don't either. I just remember growing up and hearing the love
oh,
boat or something like
it's
that.
like so exciting and new. So exciting. I don't know. I can't even. Or is
So
that
no,
that maybe Love
it,
American Style? I don't know.
well, it could be. I'm not sure. Okay, so November, and do you have a date already set?
November 21st.
Okay.
So that's it's definitely a very interesting time. We got engaged uh, February 15th, so it's wasn't a lot of time to plan anyway, and it's definitely an interesting time to plan,
Oh yeah.
especially after all this time. We haven't been, we've known each other for or been good friends for 14 years as of uh, middle of July. So we haven't been dating that whole time, but we've been in each other's lives and dated when we were younger, and then this most recent time back since like 2015, kind of long distance. So she, I was gonna, I was gonna propose in uh, more like the spring because I was gonna do it outside in this special, location that is special to us, and but she wasn't gonna let me wait. She was dropping not so subtle hints. So, which I'm glad now because we'd have been in quarantine and wouldn't have really been able to do it that well. So
Well, and since she's been waiting since 14, so I mean
yeah,
that's a long time to
right.
be letting anyone wait. So
Yeah, yeah. The I'd say probably the maybe last fall the hints were very general and kind of, I don't know, opaque, I guess you might say, or I don't know,
yeah.
that's probably not even the word I need to use, but then I'd say probably about um January it was a lot more direct. So I was like, I think I'm gonna need to get the show on the road.
Well, you were already. I mean, we've talked before. You were already kind of heading that way,
Oh,
and
sure,
so
sure.
it's okay to have some helpful nudges. I mean, that's what makes two people better than one. Like a little healthy nudge there and here.
For sure.
That's okay.
Yeah. Well, and I had not thinking about it, but her birthday is December 30th, and so uh, there was kind of an opportunity with the weekends and PTO and stuff like that with work. I was like, let's go see your family. Let's go, on a trip. Her family lives in southern Texas, and so not thinking about it, I really set up what would maybe have been a very um, perfect environment for that, and had no intention when I did it, didn't even think about it. But on her birthday, had a meal with her family, and we ended up, and I was like, we should go walk the river walk because it's all lit up. And I didn't think till we were there, and it was later in the evening, so there weren't a lot of people. I'm like, she's probably just thinks I'm about to drop 20 anytime, and she said she was, but them's the breaks. Yeah,
Oh my goodness, that is too good. That is
yeah.
too good. Okay, so remind everyone her name is
Becca,
Becca.
Rebecca, but she goes by Becca.
Okay, so if everyone sees her, don't call her Rebecca.
Or
Call her
Becky.
Becca.
Yeah.
Oh, is Becky like really bad?
Yeah, Rebecca's fine, but she's never been a fan of Becky. So
Okay.
she's been known to hit people, so
Well,
or bite them. I'm just kidding.
I've never even
That took you aback for a second. You're like,
I've
say what
never
now?
even heard. Well, I've lived my whole life with my first name spelled funky, so
Yeah.
Bryan, and I've gotten
Hmm.
everything from Byron to even Brain, and I'm like, how do you even get Brain when I've got a Y in there? Like, so anyway,
Especially if you're like on Facebook or something, and it's like my name's right there because I get IE a lot, and I'm like, I thought that was short for Jessica, and I know I've got too much hair on my
right,
face
right, like it should be
for that
pretty
to be a mistake.
obvious. Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, you're taking me back to my younger teen years when I would call and I would think that I sound like I'm 21 and they actually think I'm still sounding like an 8-year-old. So,
Well, that's better than me. Usually I call people and they think I'm a woman. If they don't see me, I will
See,
call people and they'll be like, ma'am. And I'm like, and I just don't know what to say. So I'll be like, yeah. My mom always tells me I should just respond, yeah. But I was like, I wasn't going to go that deep to even for that to be funny.
oh my goodness. Well, you could have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, right.
I mean, so I,
I'm just not utilizing it well enough.
well, you could leverage it to your advantage. So like, uh, great. So here's a quick story, and then we're gonna go on to the third thing because people
Okay.
again they're really gonna tune out now.
They're on YouTube. They're checking like at the bar to see how much is left.
Like when people don't, when they're talking to you and they have no clue, like, okay, I'm thinking one thing, but it's really another. They Here's how you can leverage it. My brother did this. My brother drive for Uber. And so he'd pick up people in his car, and he went to the Milwaukee airport to pick up some people, and he picked up these two Mandarin Chinese ladies, and they were speaking Mandarin Chinese. My brother is taller than me and almost like blonde whitish hair. What they didn't know is he speaks Mandarin Chinese. He spent several years in China. So, unbeknownst to them, they started to critique his driving all the way from the airport to the point of drop off. And he's driving and he totally knows what they're saying. So he waited till they got to the drop off. They opened the door, and in perfect Mandarin Chinese, my brother says, "Thanks for riding with me today. Have a great day."
See, that to me is the whole reason to learn a different language.
So you need to come up with how to leverage people that
Yeah.
have assumed the wrong thing
Yes.
just by something over
The
a
sound of
fancy
my
microphone. Yes, yeah.
yeah. Well, like I said, I think that's the whole reason why I would want to learn a whole nother language. I think is to have those moments, which probably isn't very Christian of me, but like Merle says, we're not a perfect church.
That's a well, that's right. Hey, and if you like learned Greek or Hebrew, that could really set you up well with understanding Jesus. So you can't go wrong with that.
Exactly. I don't know that I'd catch it in an Uber, but
Yeah, probably not. Okay, all right, we better move on. Otherwise, people are they're gonna totally.
oh,
This is
they're
like
already gone. It's just us now.
this is the most rabbit hole. It What's not helping is I'm highly caffeinated today, so
And I don't
I'm
think
a
either
little
one of us needs any caffeine to go this way.
okay. All right, so third is going to be this: how can we pray for you? In all seriousness, I mean, you've got a big life thing coming up in November. We're in the middle of a pandemic. You're working from home, but is there something specific that we could be praying for you or Becca or
Oh yeah.
in the coming weeks and months?
Well, I think just kind of for the general life change, this year. I think has been uh, difficult for everybody. You know, we kind of talked before. This year is kind of going to go down as one of the craziest years I think for everybody, but I think for us personally, just you know, planning a wedding, I think in general, I think it's difficult. We were told multiple times to just elope, which she'd have been fine with, but I need the attention. And but planning everything during a pandemic is very hard. And then and just all the upheaval that comes with that. And she's kind of had her. This is kind of encapsulated in that, but kind of separate. Her mom and two younger brothers were involved in a collision with a semi here a few weeks ago. Um, and her mom's got some health problems. She found that out. Her mom had some health problems the week before the accident, and we were already talking about maybe flying her up like a month before the wedding to stay with Becca so we could help with that. And then that happened. Her mom is very bruised and in a lot of pain, but she's home and she's doing all right. Her youngest brother, Noah, who will be 10 in October, he's doing all right. He just mostly just sore. Her brother Aaron, who just turned 12 this previous Monday in the hospital, actually. He's got a little bit further to go. They got some a positive outlook. Um, he's
Good.
he's starting to talk a little bit better. For a while, he couldn't really talk. Um, uh, he was just more grunting, and he kind of would make a thumbs up or thumbs down to yes or no questions. He's doing like 2 hours of physical therapy a day, um, and
Wow.
it just kind of wipes him out. They said he's probably got 2 to 3 weeks at least left in the hospital. So
Wow.
that's hard for, and because actually Aaron, his middle name is Jesse. He's actually named after me. So the whole family, has been in my life for that length of time. So they're
Wow.
already like family to me, as well, outside of just kind of our romantic status or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's definitely difficult for us to be 14 hours away from them, but at the same time, with COVID, like we couldn't really go down because we couldn't go sit at the hospital with them. So
Right.
it's crazy. And then, wondering if, if any of them are going to be able to, come for the wedding, and that's, especially for her, kind of a bummer in and of itself. And so it's just, I feel like it's all encapsulated just kind of in like the family wedding COVID. It's just like this whole big ball of craziness here in the next, I think we have 80 days left. So
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
it's not fun when life changes so quick with an accident like that.
yeah,
I mean, no one anticipates, spending some of their life in the hospital and then wondering,
hmm,
okay, are they going to be able to speak again? And
yeah,
so we'll definitely be praying for them. It was
yeah.
Aaron and Noah, and what was
Hmm.
her?
And
What
her
was
mom's name is Cricket.
Cricket?
And yes, you heard that right, Cricket.
Okay, I was about ready to go silent there.
Yeah, no, her
You see what I did there? Cricket, silent.
crickets. I like it. I like it.
No, that was pretty lame, actually. So
Hey,
we'll pray,
that's right up
but
my
but
alley.
we'll just we'll remember to pray for Cricket, Noah,
Yeah,
and Aaron.
Aaron. Aaron's the one that is still in the hospital.
Okay, Aaron's the one in the hospital, and we'll be praying for your wedding coming up too. It's
Yeah,
maybe if you sit down, maybe you already have sat down and talked with Sutton and Madison Porth. They just got married 2 weeks ago in the middle of the pandemic, so maybe there's a couple of
yeah,
things that they could pass along, like do this, don't do that.
yeah. We actually got a little bit of an opportunity because we ran into them at Jose Peppers. So we got just a couple seconds, but yeah, and because I told Becca that they kind of had kind of a where I think that they were kind of heading the direction too, but they also planned, they got engaged and then married. And I think similarly, I think we had 9 months from engagement till weddings, and I think they had
Yeah.
about the same. So
Well, in some ways, it's going to be an amazing thing years and years later to share with family. Yeah, check this out. We got married during the pandemic. How do you know? Look at all the pictures. See what you see here. I mean, in one hand, yeah, that'll be great. Right now, having to walk through it, it's kind of a challenge to kind of figure that stuff out. So we'll be praying
it's
that
very stressful. Yeah.
that all comes together for you.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it.
Well, thanks for being with us and having the
Yeah.
most awesome microphone out of anyone so far.
Yes.
And next time you
Should I
see
sing like
Jesse,
Cherish or Vogue or?
well, I
I avoided the one that I know you're thinking right now.
I probably should just avoid it. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone say goodbye to Jesse.
Bye.
All right, thanks for joining us today for this interview, and stay tuned for some more interviews coming up in the future.